Hi YouTube, I'm back again, doing another video. So I thought about it, and I think I'm going to do my top 10 NES games. As every person that does their own top 10 on YouTube, you have to make sure you have the disclaimer, this is my top 10, not a definitive top 10, not your top 10. This is the 10 I enjoy playing. You know, I had about 40 to 50 games growing up, about 45 to 50. So I had lots of games, you know, compared to some of my friends, and so picking just 10 of them, it's kind of difficult. So, you know, and I've really, all these are the games I had as a kid. So when I think of NES games, going back and playing my favorites, I generally don't pick games that, you know, I like later. These are just some of the ones I had as a kid, and I just thought were awesome. And so as an adult now, I tend to, you know, go back and play them again and again, you know, that kind of thing. But, alright, so I guess no need to wait. So I guess for number 10 is Zelda 2. Zelda 2, me and my friend Nathan lived across the street. We spent countless hours on Zelda 2, going through, all the different areas, getting all the, you know, you have to go into the castle and then go down the elevator and then fight and get like the glove and the hammer, you know, find all the little veils for your magic and your heart pieces, and just had a blast. I know there's 1,000 people out, millions of people out there that think I'm a liar when I say I prefer the second one to the first one. Everyone thought the first one was, you know, the best thing since sliced bread, best game ever, you know, whatever. It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't, but it just wasn't for me. I get lost in that big ass square grid, you know, and I have some other friends that didn't care much for it for that same reason. All of them start to blend together. As annoying as the overworld in Zelda 2 was, it was still somewhat decent. Battletoads. Yeah, I can honestly say I beat this with the friend co-op, without a cheat device or without game states. We beat it in the early 90s when it came out. I don't even remember when it came out. But Battletoads I did beat. We actually had to memorize the patterns of and say them out loud of the speeder bikes. So it'd be up, up, down, up, jump, jump, up, down, and we had it almost. It was like almost like a song we would say to have to get through it, and we practiced it over and over and over. The same friend Nathan did that with me too. And it is the hardest game on the NES. I just want to say before I say my next one, this is by far, to me, the hardest game I've ever played. 2 players is just stupid. You know, when one dies, you both go back. You know, it's just horrible. But I still have a blast. And the AVGN is right. The Paul's music is kick-ass. Double Dribble with, I guess that's my 7th pick. Double Dribble with only, is it 5 teams, 6 teams, something like that. It's very limited. The red, green, blue, white might just be it. But it was just a fantastic game. I remember playing it at the beach shortly after it came out. Well, when did it come out? It came out in '87, so I guess I played it in '89. Summer of '89. Summer of '90. Not that y'all care, but summer of '90. It was already a few years older then, but I played it then. We got our NES and with the Power Pad in '89 with that bundle, and quickly went out and got Double Dribble. Was the 3rd game we got, and played it that summer of '90 at the beach. I got sunburned really bad, and all I did was, when my family was on the sand, I was inside playing Double Dribble over and over and over and over again. My father would come play, which to me is a big deal because my father, you know, didn't care much for the Nintendo, and you know, he did play a little Double Dribble with me, which was really special. So this is not only is in there for the gameplay, which I think is by far the best basketball game on the Nintendo, but also just for the memories that, you know, comes with it. So we're down to 6. Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario, you know, I debated between Dr. Mario and Tetris in this spot, to be honest with you. Both are fantastic. The music on both of them are fantastic. I like Dr. Mario because the two-player simultaneous. The American version of Tetris did not have two-player until Tetris 2, I believe. But the original release of Tetris didn't. By the time Tetris 2 came out, I really wasn't into the Nintendo as much. I was starting to phase out, or I wasn't at least into Tetris, so I didn't care much for it. But Dr. Mario was one that me and my siblings spent hours and hours playing, and we would sing the music, and you know, it was another one of those summer games that we played. You play a few rounds of Dr. Mario, you go swim in the pool, you get out dripping wet, have a sandwich. At lunchtime, run in, play more rounds of Dr. Mario in the hot part of the day, and as it started to cool off about 3, 4, you'd run back outside and swim to nighttime. So this is another one of those great solid games. They actually redid this for the Wii as a downloadable WiiWare game, I think, and they changed it around a little bit, which is pretty cool. But I love me some Dr. Mario. I totally suck at it. But it's one of those games I enjoy playing with a friend. You know, they come over, you sit down, you know, have a drink, play a little Dr. Mario, laugh, and then cut it off. You know, you don't play it for hours and hours and hours. At least I don't. So number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, this would be number 5. RC Pro-Am. Yeah, sorry, I'm checking my math. I got this and Tiger Heli Christmas Day when we got our system in '89 with a power pad. So we got RC Pro-Am, Tiger Heli, and I guess the 3-pack, you know, Mario Duck Hunt Track Meet. I love this game. It's the only, well, I don't say the only racing game I'll play on it, but it is freaking sweet. You get weapons, you drive around multiple tracks, you get letters that spell Nintendo. When you spell the word Nintendo, you can get upgrades as you progress to make your tires better, you can get better engines so you go faster. You get better, is it oil slicks or something? There's a few different things you can have, like weapon upgrades. You know, you can get different things for your car. As you pick up letters for Nintendo, you win races and get gold. You know, you can finish gold, silver, copper, something like that. And you get trophies, and you see all your trophies lined up. You know, it's just a really good game. It's single player, unfortunately. But, again, a fantastic kart racer game. RC Pro-Am. Alright, in my number 4 spot, DuckTales. I just bought seasons 1 and 2 for the cartoon series for my daughter to watch, who's 2.5. And, the cartoon series is great, and Capcom had a license with Disney for a period on the NES, and it was a fantastic time. They had DuckTales and Rescue Rangers and some other games that were just awesome. DuckTales is one, to me, it's just a fantastic platformer. You know, you're Scrooge McDuck, you're walking around, you have nothing but a cane, and your cane acts as both a pogo stick and almost like a bat type thing. So you would generally turn it into the cane and just bounce on top of your enemies, and then you could walk up to blocks and hit the action button, and it would you'd swing, and it would swing the stones or what have you towards enemies or off the cliff or whatever. Just a great platforming game. The music's catchy. It was also one of those games you could pick which world you wanted to start out at the beginning, so you know you didn't have to play it in order. So if one world kind of frustrated you, could go to the next one, play that one for a while. But great platformer for the Nintendo, a must-have in my opinion. So we're down to number 3, Turtles 2. I spent stupid amounts of quarters in the arcade for this game. Stupid amounts of money. And when I heard they were releasing it for the Nintendo, I had to have it. When I got this, I remember getting it and just freaking out. You know, it's just a fantastic. I keep saying all these games are fantastic because they're my top 10, but really, this, or even you ask anyone that is an avid Nintendo player, the Turtles 2 game is fantastic. You get 2-player co-op. You walk around. You know, it's arcade style, so the enemies come on screen. You can pick one of 4 characters. You know, the Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, or Michelangelo. And each one has their own little bit of ability. You know, Raph's fast, Don has reach, so forth. And then you clear each area, and then you get to a boss at the end of the stage. You end up at the end of the game at the Technodrome or Technodome, I can't remember, with the big eye on top, you know, to fight Splinter. No, to fight Shredder. Splinter's your rat sensei. But this was fantastic. And I have to be honest, I did not know they released the third one, Turtles 3, which I probably would have loved, and I now own it. But at the time, I'm sure I would have gobbled up the third one because I loved this game so much. I just must have missed the release and didn't hear about it, because you got to remember back then there was no internet. You know, it was Nintendo Power, and I only had Nintendo Power for a year. So, and I had Nintendo Power the year of 1992. So, and I think it came out later, so I didn't know about it. Must have. Of course, I'm sorry, that was number 4. Number 3, Mario 3. I don't really need to go in this. You know, this is the third Mario in the series. Mario 2, of course, everyone knows the story with Doki Doki, so I'm not going into that. Just everything was improved. You got to have Mario with the rat tail, with the raccoon tail. You know, lots of different outfits with frogs. Probably the epitome of platforming across the board, and I say that from this generation onwards. I don't think any platforming game can hold a candle to Mario 3. You know, there's 1,000 reviews, so I'm not going to go much into it, but really, Mario 3, epitome. My favorite platformer of all time. Now this one's going to catch most people off guard. It's my number 2. I'm sure most people will call me stupid for saying it, but again, this is my opinion. Number 2 to me, Solar Jetman. I loved Solar Jetman. Going around space, exploring, picking up pieces for your ship. The physics in it for the NES to me was really freaky. How it would glide and you'd have to use your thrusters, almost like Asteroid from the the Atari generation. You know, you'd hit it and it'd just kind of float. And Solar Jetman, I love it. The only other game I found that was like it was it Subterrana, or however you want to say it, for the Genesis. Was about the only other game similar to this, which I own. But fantastic game. I love playing me some Solar Jetman. I got this one is graded, and I'd love to get my number 1 game graded, but I can't afford a sealed one to get graded, so this will have to do, having my number 2 graded, but cool. And my number 1 game, I've said in another video, so if you follow me, this won't be new to you, but my number 1 game is Final Fantasy. I buy it on every platform. The only one I don't own is Wonder Swan, but I buy it on every platform. I have it for the PSP. I don't own a PSP. I'm currently playing through the Game Boy Advance version right now, and I'm loving it all over again. I've literally beat this thing over 20 times. Especially when I was younger, I'd beat it, and then immediately hit reset, clear it, and start again with the new party. When I was younger, I memorized where everything was and didn't need the maps. Now I'm older, I have to, I play about once a year, once every other year, and I have to, pull out the maps every once in a while. But to me, I got pissed off when they released Final Fantasy 2 here, or Final Fantasy 4, because I wanted it to be more like this, where you could pick a party at the beginning and you could explore. Final Fantasy, when we got Final Fantasy 2, again 4, you were locked into one character at the beginning. I was like, I want to pick my people. Final Fantasy 2 allowed me to select who I wanted in my party. I didn't get stuck with some dude I wasn't interested in. But best game ever, in my opinion. Love it. Love it. Fantastic game. It's not as deep, of course, but due to the technology and the limitations that Square had, I just think it's amazing that they were able to do it and put it all in here. Of course, I do think the newer versions are a little bit better than the NES version. They've been able to upgrade a little bit, but holds the closest place in my heart. But anyway, please rate, subscribe, tell me your top 10, leave a response video, and let me know what you think. I'll catch y'all later, and as always, I thank you.